The burn pits bill is now awaiting President Biden's signature after passing in the Senate Tuesday. The promise to address comprehensive toxics, or PACT Act, passed 86 to 11. It expands health care benefits to some 3.5 million veterans who were exposed to toxic burn pits during their service. For more, I want to bring in Rosie Torres. She is the founder of Burn Pits 360, a nonprofit for veterans exposed to toxins in Iraq and Afghanistan. Rosie, thank you for being here. From the top, just tell our viewers what a burn pit is, how widespread were they, and what happened in your family?
Yes, so a burn pit is a open air, a pit in the ground, sometimes up to 10 acres in size, that were used during war campaigns in Iraq and Afghanistan to dispose of waste, just like in our cities and states that we live in, except in this case, the trash was not segregated and it wasn't safely and properly handled. They burned 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and they burned things like batteries, human waste, computers, blown up Humvees, you name it. It was thrown in there and doused with JPA jet fuel. And that impacted my family. My husband, Captain Rosie Torres, was at Camp Anaconda, where they had the largest burn pit, which is 10 acres in size. He now suffers from pulmonary fibrosis, constrictive bronchiolitis, lung issues, brain issues, and GI issues. And it's been a horrendous journey.
Tell us about your husband Leroy's experience and trying to get services from the VA, his health care services met after being exposed to these toxic chemicals.
It's been just a whole system of bureaucratic delay and deny tactics from both VA and the Department of Defense. For years, we tried accessing care and was told that his conditions of not being able to breathe were due to somatoform issues, basically saying or implying that he was suffering from anxiety and couldn't breathe. So it was basically a dead end for us. We gave them the opportunity. We tried to educate them on the issue through their own regulations. And it was just really a crazy journey of trying to deal with, government healthcare institutions run by, VA and DOD.
Rosie, I thank your family and your husband in particular for his service, and I'm so sorry that you've had to go through that. Tell us now about the PACT Act, the Burn Pits bill. Part of its intention is not only to expand benefits, but also to remove the burden of proof for veterans like your husband who are seeking care after exposure. Tell us not only how difficult it was to prove that, you were alluding to that, but are you confident now that this legislation is going to ensure that that veterans get the services that they need?
I mean, that's my hope, right? That the VA will take this funding and hire and educate their staff to the point of where we won't have that 80% of denials anymore. Veterans won't, and survivors who were by the bedside of their loved ones that are on hospice in the last moments of their life, begging the VA to help them, running around in those last hours of their loved one's life, collecting buddy statements, and really just, scraping to come up with some kind of evidence right before the funerals. And so it's my hope that they're going to deliver, and we're going to make sure that the implementation process is done correctly. And I'm glad that that Congress listened to the 25 list of diseases, but we know that there are more diseases to be added, but we're happy with what we have now.
Rosie, comedian Jon Stewart has been among the vocal advocates for the bill. He's protested alongside you and others who have been impacted. I want to play for our viewers some sound from Stewart on Tuesday after the bill was passed.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a situation where people who have already given so much had to fight so hard to get so little. And I hope we learn a lesson.
So that phrase, fought so hard to get so little, I'm wondering if you agree. Is this bill enough, and does the fight continue from here?
I mean, I think, there's this stigma of the government assuming that people, want a handout, or that people want this life after war. We don't. I mean, these are working citizens in America who defended our nation. And I know for a fact that all of them wish they can go back and have the health that they had pre-deployment, the jobs they had pre-deployment, the lives they had with their families. That's not the case. So, to sit and think at any point during our advocacy that these men and women wanted a handout, or that their goal was that one day in life they would be asking for $100 monthly stipend or monthly compensation check is just preposterous. So right, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's very hard to maintain a family with what's given to them compensation wise. So they're not asking for much. I think what John is saying is they went to defend our freedom. It's the least we could do. But even at the end of the day, sometimes it's just never enough.
Well, we are thinking of your family, and we appreciate you coming on to tell us about your advocacy work on this issue. Rosie, thanks.
Thank you.